Hello and welcome back to Brick Army. My name's Steve and today we've got a 2-in-1 kit for you from Sluban. The mighty IS2 and the ISU122. So normally we do a 60-second speed build followed by some pics, but as this is two models we'll do 60 seconds of one, which in this case will be the ISU122, and then we'll tack on an extra 30 seconds for the IS2 as that's the second model build. So, with that in mind, let's crack on and build. Right, welcome back. So, this review is going to be in two parts, and you'll see why in a little bit. First of all, usual format, the instructions. The instructions actually weren't particularly good. They were okay up to a certain point. The trouble being when you are building, you built the framework of the tank, basically the four walls, and then you're working inside the tank. Now it's not as fully, because it's a 2-in-1 model, it's not as fully detailed inside as some of the others. It hasn't got the ammunition racks in there, it hasn't got seats for drivers or anything like that, but you still obviously need the structure to support the turret or the fighting compartment, the engine bay, that type of thing. And it can be a little bit difficult sometimes to work out exactly what's going on because it's all obscured, or it's obscured from two sides because of the isometric view. So that wasn't great, I have to say, but it was only in respect to that particular area. Once you got outside of that, it was fairly normal from Sluban. Now everything fitted together nicely. Now as far as minifigures are concerned, you get 3. There are 2 Russian, one for the tank, one general soldier and one German soldier. You get a little barbed wire fence, wobbles quite a lot, and for some bizarre reason you get a lamppost. I have no idea why. We'll talk about missing bricks in a little bit, but on the models themselves, first of all the 122, it was, let's see, I've dismantled it now to do the IS2. In comparison to the Jag Panther, so much better. In comparison to the Jag Tiger, it is definitely better. The fighting compartment superstructure is nowhere near as fragile or fiddly to do as those two. and it was okay actually. It was an interesting build, partly because it was asymmetrical. The gun is right off to the right hand side, so yeah, that was quite interesting, and it's a bit of a shame actually that I hadn't got two of these kits, and I could have had left one of the 122s to show you. I mean, there are obviously the pictures, but the IS2 itself I really like, certainly in comparison again to the King Tiger of the build, the 2-in-1 that I did with the Jag Tiger and the King Tiger. I think the IS2 is a lot better tank than the King Tiger is. I think I mentioned in that video that you might be, it was an okay tank, but you might be better off, if you really wanted a King Tiger, getting a dedicated kit for it. This one I'm not quite so sure about. This works nicely for me, I think. It's got quite a reasonable amount of detail. It's not, which shouldn't be, a fragile model, but I will circle back to that in a little bit. And actually, I think this is really good. It's got the right proportions. It's very much like the IS2 that I've seen in museums and in pictures. It's really good. I can't deny that at all. And again, for the 122, if that was what I bought it for, again, I mean, there's a few SU100s out there, the Soviet tank destroyers, SU85 I can think of, again by Sluban, and I'm sure there's an SU100 by somebody else. I would imagine, I haven't looked, but something like the ISU152, 122s, I would imagine you can get from somebody else, apart from Kobe. So they're relatively rare. If you're looking to get it just for that, fair enough. 22.32 for the kit, same price as the twin tigers, the King and the Jag Tiger. So as far as value is concerned, I think that's pretty good value indeed. Potentially two models, and as I say, I feel the Soviet ones were far better than the German ones overall. Both models are just a little bit cut above the two German models. Now, even at 32, I'm still not sure I can recommend this, and the reason being, now I could be being unlucky, but the reason being, this was not the model that I was going to bring you this week. I was doing another Sluban model, another tank, and I got to a point in it and I was missing pieces, and unfortunately they were fairly rare pieces that I don't have any spares of, so I couldn't I believe me, I tried for a couple of hours to try and jury rig a solution, but it just wasn't happening. So I have asked them to send me the missing pieces, so I couldn't do that model, which I was going to bring you this week. Obviously I've got a little list of which models I'm going to do each week. So I thought, right, okay, Sluban were next on my list. I've got this one, bang, let's do it. And I started doing this, and everything was going well. And then I started to notice, actually, I am missing some pieces from this. And the more I got into it, now more so with the IS2 than the 122. So for instance, this turret is a lot more fragile than it needs to be because there are just some bits I don't have. Now, I've been fortunate in that I had enough external bits that I've managed to get a turret, and if I hold it at the front it's not too bad. There's a couple of other places I do not want to touch this. So I could be being unlucky, but I picked up two Sluban kits, one after the other, and these are on different orders, so it's not as if they've come at the same time, and they're both missing parts. And with this particular kit, the two Soviet tanks, it was missing quite a lot. I've got a lot left over. So obviously a lot of that, what I've got left over does go towards the 122. But yeah, there was just too many bits missing on this. I mean, even the base of the turret was missing, and that was I can't remember off the top of my head now whether it was a 6x4 or an 8x4 flat piece, which is a fairly hefty, reasonable sized bit. Unfortunately, like probably most of you, I've got other Lego type stuff in the house, and I had a black one that I could use for the base of the turret. But then doing the turret itself, realised actually I'm missing this bit here, I haven't got any of those at all. But I can at least show you something. So I could be being really unlucky. It does happen from time to time. I'm sure it happens with Lego, I'm sure it happens with Kobe, all these. And when you think, you know, you've got to put in 900, 1200 pieces in different bags, I'm surprised that it doesn't happen all the time. But there's two Sluban models now that I picked up, and two Sluban models that are missing substantial amounts of the bricks that are needed to do the model. So pays your money, you takes a choice. It's entirely up to you guys. This and the 122 are good models if everything's there. It's a good price, the 2332. Can't knock that in the slightest. But because this is the second Sluban model that I've picked up in a few days that is missing not insignificant parts, I really can't recommend it. Hopefully they will be better in future. I've still got a few Sluban kits over here to do. So in the next few weeks we'll see how they go. And also, obviously, I'm still waiting for the bits and pieces from the other Sluban tank that I've had to stop with. So there you go. That is unfortunately today's review of the Sluban twin kit, the IS2 and the ISU122. Well, hopefully you liked this video, unless you're Sluban, and if you have, please smash that thumbs up, and if you want to, subscribe. But otherwise, please just carry on watching the videos. You take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.